With 10 games left in the 2015-16 season, the Ice Rays still battling for that fourth and final playoff spot. This weekend could start what would be the most difficult stretch of the Ice Rays season. Welcome into Ice Rays TV. Collin Schuck with you, and the Ice Rays are coming back into the second weekend of March, back on top for that fourth and final playoff spot thanks to their weekend last weekend against the Odessa Jackalopes. And with a total 8-point swing on the line, the Ice Rays came away with a full 4-point sweep on the road, making them the contenders and the leaders for that fourth and final playoff spot. Now, it's worth noting still that the Jackalopes still have 2 games in hand that will take place next week. But the Ice Rays right now holding firm, and if they can continue to get points heading into their final 10 games of the season, they'll secure themselves that playoff spot, even if it takes into the last couple weekends of the year. But speaking of last weekend, the Ice Rays traveled for the last time to the Ector County Coliseum, winning in back-to-back games 6-2 on Friday night and 3-1 on Saturday to claim the full 2-game weekend sweep. The 6-2 win was the best win the Ice Rays have had this season, equaling their total against Amarillo back on December 19th in their 6-2 win right before the holiday break. So Corpus Christi is finding the right time to get points, especially against an opponent like Odessa. 3 different players got multi-goal weekends, with Stevie Bryan picking up a pair of goals on Friday, and both Brad Power and Andy McGlynn getting a goal in each contest on Friday and Saturday, showcasing the depth that the Ice Rays have had, and including in that 15 different Ice Rays picked up at least 1 point in the weekend set. Now, they'll need that depth this weekend as they take on the Wichita Falls Wildcats. The Wildcats are coming off of 5 straight games at home, winning all 5 contests, including 3 straight over 6 days against the Amarillo Bulls. Now, even though the Wildcats had last weekend off, they still maintain themselves atop of the South Division with 78 points, 2 points back of breaking the 80-point threshold, and they'd be just the second team to join the Fairbanks Ice Dogs over top of 80 points if they can continue their run atop of the South Division. Now, the Wildcats have depth in their own end, 8 different players with at least 30 points this season, including team-leading point scorer Austin Albrecht, who still sits underneath of 50 points, but ranks in the top 15 among NAHL scorers. Plus, in the back end, they have goaltender Justin Kappelmaster, who has been on fire all season long. A sub-2 goals against average and save percentage, ranks in the top 5 in the entire NAHL. So to get by this Wildcats team, the Ice Rays will need to overcome their early plights against the Wildcats and make sure they continue the momentum they have against Odessa. The Ice Rays have played the Wildcats 6 times this year and have not won a single game just yet. 2 of those games did come at the American Bank Center, a 4-1 loss and a 7-1 loss early on in the season. But again, if they can continue their momentum that they had against Odessa, this season could be very different, with the Ice Rays playing the Wildcats 6 times in their final 10 games over the 2015-16 stretch. Now, the Ice Rays did have 2 players picking up league awards, which would help them in that depth and that momentum run, with Andy McGlynn picking up Star of the Week for his 4-point effort and breaking a 25-game goalless drought over the weekend, getting 2 goals and 2 assists against Odessa, plus also having Dryden McKay, who was the netminder in both games against Odessa, pick up the 2nd star, only allowing 3 goals in 2 games. This weekend kicks off Friday night at 7:11 p.m. with Grades for Blades Night presented by 7-Eleven, Texas A&M Kingsville, and the Texas Farm Bureau, with middle school and high school students and their families joining us for hockey action here in the Coastal Bend on a frosty Friday, with $1 beer and sodas on tap for all legal people coming in this weekend. Plus, Friday and Saturday are both a spring break special, which means you can take advantage of a Corpus Christi Caller Times Family 4-pack both Friday and Saturday, not just in Saturday's game, which means you get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 drinks for just $46 on both games. Also, Friday and Saturday, there'll be a post-game skate presented by Brazelton Homes. Puck drops at 7-Eleven on both nights, and you can get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com, the American Bank Center box office, or at the Ice Rays front office. And if you can't make the game, tune in radio side starting at 6:55 p.m. on SportsJuice.com, FastHockey.com, and if you do come to the game, bring your radios and tune in to 87.7 FM in Arena. Once again, this is Collin Schuck for Ice Rays TV. We hope to see you at the bank this weekend, and go Ice Rays.